Hello, everyone. Welcome to Straw Hat Crusaders.
Woo!
Woo! This is a podcast where one One Piece fan watches JoJo and 3 JoJo fans read One Piece. And
But not this. Wait, no, other way around. Sorry.
No
to the first one.
No to the first one. No to the first one, because today we are only here to talk about One Piece.
One Piece.
That was really anticlimactic.
When the fuck is 2 Piece coming out?
Shut.
They don't have it. Who are you?
I'm Adriana, and and Clayton is you.
Yes.
And to my left is
Clayton.
Clayton, who is Clayton, and then to his left is
Hayden Hartrick.
Hayden Hartrick, who is you.
Yes.
And then to your left,
To my left.
Is me.
Josh. Is me, Josh. And
Am I Josh?
Accurate.
Yes.
Dracule me Josh is my name.
Okay.
Okay.
J'accuse.
Okay. And then it's me again.
Whoa.
That's right.
Nice.
It's a full circle.
Yep. It's
Or a square.
or a square.
Could be.
The people at home have no clue.
They really don't know what
Yep.
shape this
What do
table
We
y'all
could be
think
sitting
our
in a
table is
straight line.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Guys-
to do.
Guys, draw fan art for this podcast, but only draw what you think the table that we're sitting at looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
and-
got to
Not-
know.
Yeah.
and draw us in matching company shirts.
Huh?
Yeah.
Company shirts.
Yeah, the
company?
Straw Crusaders Limited company.
LLC. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This table is secondhand if that influences your fan art at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
know that.
I
You
got
bought
this
it from
from-
a mysterious table
I didn't
dealer.
buy this shit. My mom's friend got rid of it. So
I thought for a second I thought you said I didn't buy. I thought you held up your finger and said I'm buy. So actually, I was like,
We know.
You're by.
you're right.
How is everyone doing?
How is everybody doing?
how is everybody doing?
Oh my god. Okay. I'm doing great. I played Papa Tropica the other day,
Oh.
Whoa.
so that was cool.
How far'd you get?
I only played 2 islands, and it was both were Atlantis Island, and it was so fucking stupid because there's Atlantis 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and spoiler alert, guys. Atlantis 1 ends when you find Atlantis. Atlantis 2 begins when you find Atlantis, and then ends when you unlock the doors of Atlantis. And then you get a medal. You don't see what's behind the doors within Atlantis, and there is no Atlantis 3.
Damn. That's
Ooh.
tragic.
Yeah.
There-
Do they
That's
still
brutal.
have Diary of a Wimpy Kid Island?
No, you know what they do have? Timmy Failure Island.
Who?
What?
I'm gonna show you guys. I actually took a picture and I meant to send this to you guys.
What the fuck
I'm so
is
glad
Timmy failure?
you guys.
Is that like a YouTube person or is it like a?
I have
Sounds
no
like a
idea.
Disney XD channel.
Yeah.
Oh, Disney XD.
I'm
Timmy
show.
Failure.
I have no idea.
He's like Kick
This
Patowski.
is Timmy Failure Island.
I hate that.
What
Give me
the
a closer
fuck?
look.
That little. I want to beat up that little dweeb.
That kid does not have
Guys,
a mouth.
if-
He is a failure.
if you're wondering, go look up Pop Tropica Timmy Failure Island to see what we just looked at.
Say, Alexa, show me Timmy Failure.
Alexa.
She's gonna.
We
do it
have an
now.
actual Alexa.
Oh God, let's not do that. But yeah, I played Pop Tropica.
It's awesome.
And then
What's your favorite Pop Tropica island? Question for the table too.
Oh.
I've
Oh.
never
That's
played
a
Pop
hard
Tropica.
one.
You're a
Really?
coward.
Yeah. Timmy Failure is a thing. The first thing that comes up is the live action movie Timmy Failure Mistakes Were Made.
Is that what it's from?
New Critical Darlings movie.
It's
well, there's
that.
a polar bear, and
There's a
there's
polar
a
bear.
polar bear in the picture. So
But then it's a series of books that. See, this is what the books look like.
Does it look like a diary
oh,
of
it
a
does
Wimpy
look
Kid
like
ripoff?
it does
Yeah.
look like. Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's by the guy, the same guy.
Oh.
Kinney?
Let me look.
Is
By
it by
Let me
Jeffrey
look.
Kinney?
Stephen Pastis.
That could be
Nope.
like a moniker, like a pseudonym.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, pen name.
he didn't want people to know that he was returning to the well.
Yeah.
Well, he's still writing
No,
fucking.
he's still writing the
Oh,
Diary of a
wow.
Diary of a Wimpy Kids.
That's
Okay.
insane.
I think my-
Honestly, respect.
What? Okay.
Favorite Pop Tropica island.
Oh,
I
geez.
wanna
Come on.
know.
I really like Sharktooth Island, and I mean Time Tangled is pretty classic.
Really
Classic.
But what was the one?
Yeah, it was a big Spy Island. Spy
Oh,
Island
Spy
was
Island
a
was
lot of
good.
fun.
I loved Mythology Island.
Oh
But what
yeah.
was the one where it had the Indiana Jones traveling sequences on it? And was it Djibouti or it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Nabooty.
What was it? Right now,
Choose your own adventure. Nabooty Island.
was it?
Yeah.
But
you
then-
go to the pyramids, right?
And then there's I don't maybe right now there's I think I was confusing it with Jade something.
Jay
I don't know.
Guile?
What?
It's a JoJo character that you know.
I know.
Okay.
Clayton, don't you feel left out for not having played Prop Tropico?
No, honestly, I'm so glad I wasn't involved in that conversation. Guy, how we're all doing good.
How are you?
How are
Clayton? We're all looking at you,
He's
waiting a
stumbling.
second.
He's floundering right now.
Crazy.
He's crazy.
I'm doing okay. I went and saw a troll today. I saw a troll.
What did you say?
We saw Troll. I got Snooze. Have y'all ever been to Snooze?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
They had a French toast bread pudding thing that was fucking ridiculous. It
That
was
sounds
so goddamn good.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
I'm in terms of breakfast, I am constantly like at war between getting a sweet and savory breakfast meal. That's why Waffle House is perfect. You get
Yeah.
a waffle and like
And a house.
bacon
And
and
hash
a
brown.
house. Yeah.
Did y'all know this about Hayden? He doesn't like breakfast food. Like
Yeah.
in general, he does not like breakfast food.
Yeah.
Well, I understand.
You're crazy
Thank
too.
you.
Wait,
Well,
so what does
thank
that
you.
include?
But eggs and
I never want eggs. Like, I'm never going to choose to eat eggs.
What do you eat
Eggs,
for breakfast?
I don't
waffles,
eat breakfast.
Pancakes.
That's fair.
Muffins.
Bagel?
Okay.
Bacon.
Okay, well.
Donuts?
Okay,
bagels.
So, bagels
Bagel.
good.
Bagels
But
good.
bagels also, I consider them more of a lunch food.
Let me tell you something.
You having bagels for lunch?
Yeah. You have a bagel for lunch.
Are you crazy?
Like a bagel set, like a lox bagel? That's a lunch. A lox bagel
I
is
mean-
a lunch.
You're getting nuts out of your mind.
Okay. Muffins, get that shit out of here. Don't put, unless it's like a chocolate chip muffin.
You don't
A
like
chocolate
You
chip
can't
muffin.
pick and
A
choose.
blueberry? You don't like a blueberry?
No.
can't say
no,
fuck all
get
muffins
banana
and then
nut
say
muffin.
except
No.
banana nut but
Banana-
blueberry muffin.
Banana nut bread.
Banana nut bread.
Banana nut muffin does not feel good in my mouth. I do not like the nut.
Croissant, chocolate croissant,
You're
butter
out of
croissant.
your
You
damn
don't
mind.
like walnuts and brownies?
Huh?
Shut up.
Walnuts in brownies?
Yes.
No, I do not.
Well, shut
Don't.
up.
If it's soft, don't crunch.
Okay.
You don't ever
Wow.
just have you don't ever just have
Wow.
Here's
an Eggo waffle. You drench it in maple
Eggo
syrup.
waffle-
No.
not an Eggo waffle.
Hold on, you don't be so hostile, everybody at this table. Josh is raising a good
Thank
point.
you. You ever have a waffle with honey?
No, I've actually never done that in my life. I
Yummy,
don't want that.
yummy
It's
stuff.
really
Maybe put some. Maybe
good.
sub
I
out
like a waffle.
instead of butter.
Yeah.
Put peanut butter
I
on
just
it.
That's a breakfast.
I
food.
think most breakfast foods I don't ever want to eat.
breakfast
I
food.
honestly- I can't-
breakfast
Wow.
food is my least favorite genre of food.
Thank you.
I still can very much appreciate
Least-
breakfast
Look,
foods.
there
I think
are
my least
prefer
favorite
lunch food.
Yeah.
Lunch.
A sandwich.
Lunch and dinner food aren't that different.
A
for me.
nice salad.
What is considered lunch food by Americans, specifically by white people in America, is dog shit. But you can mix lunch up, and my lunch, yeah, the same. The stuff I eat for lunch is kind of the stuff I eat for dinner or breakfast. Like I don't have like, unless it's like if times are tough, I eat a sandwich for lunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you ever catch me eating a sandwich, okay, probably have like a knapsack like over my shoulder, and I'm probably like on the sidewalk. But yeah, I don't know. I you know what, I can understand like breakfast food is only it's a lot to prepare, and you gotta really be in the mood for like one kind of experience.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
Also,
It's-
English muffins are the worst
I don't
thing
like
ever.
it. I don't like
created.
English muffins. I don't like English muffins. But breakfast food, I'll give you this. Breakfast food to me is only good when it's all of it together.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like only a stack of pancakes. I don't like only sunny side up eggs.
Well,
I like
okay.
See, but-
Actually, I disagree.
The thing is, like, even in that case, when I go to IHOP, I do have to choose between the breakfast menu or the lunch menu. There's a lot of the things on the lunch menu that, like, I'm like, I might want
Yeah.
this instead.
Have you ever had like good breakfast food? Because
Yeah.
you mentioned IHOP, and I'm like, okay, well that explains.
Yes, I've had good breakfast. I hate French toast too. French toast, get that shit out of here. I
you know
fucking
what?
despise
you
it.
lost the table.
You
you
just lost
immediately-
the
There
radical
will
left.
be
And-
one person in the comments
and
that agrees with me.
forget about any female listeners after that statement.
Forget-
I'll tell you what.
Forget about any left-leaning viewership.
Yeah, literally.
You lost the radical
I
left.
lost, I lost the radical.
You're like
left.
Joe Biden right now.
You lost the radical left.
Yeah.
Just
Jesus.
like Joe Biden.
That was crazy.
You ever have a toaster strudel?
A Pop-Tart? Yeah.
Toaster strudels slept
They're
on.
so fucking good. They're
Yummy.
so good.
What I like about breakfast is that often enough it's just used as a means to have dessert.
Yeah.
First thing in
Yeah.
the morning.
Yeah.
That's why I can't. Yeah, that's why I'm like I need
Yeah.
something savory too as
Uh-huh.
well.
Yeah.
I also put that more in like a snack. Like I'd put like a toaster strudel as like a snack. A bagel too. Like
That's
a single bagel on its own. That's more of
That's
like a
so
snack.
funny to me that you're like breakfast is like whatever. I remember seeing you get gussied up to eat a TV dinner, like so excited.
Whoa. Okay. Hold up. Hold up.
Now,
hold
this
up.
is-
Hold up.
It was a good
Look,
TV
look,
dinner.
Look,
This is crazy.
This is not just a
Hayden
TV
is
dinner.
talking with his hands more than I've ever seen him do. He's like about to hit someone.
He thinks he's
Josh-
about to dodge a punch.
Josh is not teeing this up. This was not like a TV dinner. This wasn't like a kids cuisine that you get and you throw it in the microwave.
Motherfucker, I don't think kids cuisine
No,
is TV
no,
dinner.
let me talk. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
No, it's from this restaurant called Lazy Dog that's in Arlington and maybe more places, and it's a really nice restaurant, and they have like frozen TV style dinners that you take home, but you put it in the oven. And it takes like an hour to make. It's not a TV dinner. It's a
Right.
meal.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
it's just called the TV dinner
Yeah,
Listen.
for aesthetic.
Right.
You can't help though the fact that like there's a certain optic that comes with that
You
content.
can't have any of my next one that I make.
No, I'm just
Wow.
saying.
You can't. He was begging.
I
Josh
no, I know
was
for-
begging me for a bite
I
of this thing.
believe that 100%.
Well, but Josh would do that
Josh-
if you like
Josh-
made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Josh would do
Why
that.
am I the villain now?
Josh would do that if you went out into the like street and like held out a plate and just like a drop of Nutella landed on it and you walked back inside. He would beg on his hands and knees for a section. Like,
I can't believe that you just turned that on me like that.
Don't come for me. Don't come for me.
anyway,
Your influence, man.
I don't even care about the rest of you and your week.
Nope,
at
me
this,
neither.
At this point,
Wow.
we've spent so.
I had something so big to talk.
Josh never gets to talk about his week.
But yeah, all of you talked about your week.
I didn't talk about my week.
Yeah, what the fuck? Hayden and I didn't talk about
That's
it.
why I said that because we talked about breakfast.
2 minutes, Hayden, go.
You go.
This is
Okay.
great.
I've been playing Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah,
Clayton
throwing
got-
people off.
Yeah,
cliffs.
I pick people up. I throw them off cliffs. Clayton got the game, and I'm really having fun. I also had another game called Balaltro, which is a
Gesundheit.
poker deck building roguelike where you have like a poker deck and
You're just eating
you're
all my
like,
crumbs.
I
Yeah.
am. Clayton has introduced me to 2 games. Balaltro, I played it so much the first day that I got it that it was in my dreams that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't even like I wasn't having a dream about the game. It was literally I was having an unrelated dream, and anytime I'd do an action or do something in the dream, I would see like an upgrade thing or like some mechanic in the game representing my like success or failure of that action.
Damn. Just like in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, I'm very excited because this week we've got our second session of our One Piece
Yeah.
themed D&D campaign that I'm very excited to do.
Yeah.
Clayton is really stressed about that.
Yeah.
No, I just can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
It's been too long. There's also talks about we might be able to start finally playing more.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's all barring me getting a job. By the way, if anybody's hiring, I will work for you.
Are you about to leave home?
No. But I need to pull back on my hours at my primary job right now when
I
I'm
got
looking
you.
for a main job.
Yeah, me too. But that's awesome.
Wait, you just reminded me that I had a dream last night where Clayton. Shut up. Everyone shut up. It's 2 seconds. It's 2 sentences that I have. In my dream, Clayton, you were like, here's how to steal a guy's necklace. And you went into a restaurant and you walked up to a guy and a group of us stood around him and started talking to him. And while he was distracted, you snatched his necklace off of him and ran away as fast as possible. And he did not.
The idea that that's like something I need to teach you.
That's why it was like you were. It was really funny in the dream and remembering it. Anyway, I didn't want to forget to say that.
Oh, it looks like we're out of time. Everyone shut up. I don't care. Wait, we have to move on. I don't care who didn't get to talk about their week at this table. Real quick. I had a decent week. I think I cried.
Is that the big thing?
That's what we were waiting for.
Thing? Josh showed emotion for the first time.
But it was like good. He's like, I hadn't, I needed it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's a good thing. It is a good thing.
I've just filmed. I filmed this weekend. I filmed with our friend Lucas, friend of the show, Lucas Bradinini, and we filmed a short film, and I'm really excited about it. It's my first time acting in a way that I really enjoyed in a while. That wasn't on stage improv or something like that. That was fucking awesome. I really liked doing it.
Hell yeah.
Also, I don't know if y'all heard about X-Men 97.
Yeah.
But so far, it's really fucking good.
Is it?
It's 2 episodes in.
Did you watch any of the original show?
I barely watched any of the original show.
Okay, so it's still
without
that?
I'm sort of almost wanting to go back and watch it. But it's it still has the 90s camp. And the voice acting and everything is great. And the story's so good. But it has excellent animation and action, and it's 2 episodes in, and I'm like, okay, it just mogged Invincible. I like Invincible still, but I'm like, why is Invincible not doing this?
Have you watched the newest 2 episodes of Invincible?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It was really cool. It's cool stuff.
Yeah, no, I've been wanting to watch X-Men 97. I was worried because I haven't seen any of the original show either. That I'm like, am I going to be missing out on stuff?
There's a few things where it's I guess you'll be fine. Yeah, there's a few things where you're like, I guess that's a reference to the old show. Have you seen any of the old show? Anyone?
Yes, yeah.
You a fan?
I liked it. I watched it when I was real young.
Yeah, because it was.
So I just liked anything with the X-Men in it.
It was a 90s show, and so we just caught reruns.
Yeah, and I think as well, if you're familiar with
just the
X-Men in general, that's what the old show was. They weren't doing anything too crazy.
But oh my god, I've never cared this much about Cyclops, and now Cyclops.
Yeah, I'm happy.
He's a good character sometimes.
Sometimes, and it's just so fucking cool. Also, it kept the intro, the iconic intro, and updated a little bit. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, One Piece. One Piece.
Speaking of something big happened to you. You said you had something big.
Oh, I said everything I wanted to say.
Speaking of
you shut up. You talked about your dream.
Yeah, but I didn't say, guys, something really big happened to me this weekend. I had a dream about
you're can't. I'm not even looking at you the rest
of
the
time. No, I'm just wondering which one it was.
How did y'all feel about Marineford?
Actually, I might leave the country after that.
That
was crazy. That was actually insane.
That noise or the chapters?
Yes,
okay.
Your noise you don't... Wait, no. We're not talking about anything else. It was the noise that came out of your mouth just now.
Me? Little
me?
Don't turn around. There's no one behind you.
I actually...
What did y'all think
behind me in line?
I'm so sorry.
Marineford.
Hayden, we're going to use that sound as the transition noise.
I want to bleep it out just so people don't know what we're talking about, so they can imagine.
Marineford was really good.
This is one of probably my favorite chunks of One Piece of all time.
Yeah, it's so solid. So many huge fucking things happen.
Huge.
And things get very emotional.
Yo ho. So I was after this I was pushed to start. I made a tier list of all the arcs so far.
Hell yeah.
And Marineford was not as high as I was expecting it to be. Maybe when we get into like the post Marineford stuff, it'll sit even higher. But it still was like A tier. Mm-hmm. I will say though, I think the Marineford saga so far is my favorite saga.
Absolutely.
But I still think Enies Lobby is like
His lobby is really
my
solid.
favorite. That doesn't matter right now though. This starts off with Luffy being like, "Oh yeah, Ace is Gold Roger's son. He hates when I talk about it."
I love that Luffy knew that.
Yeah.
Such a great choice.
Yeah.
And it's such a Luffy thing.
Yeah. So what of these chapters, what are the big things that stand out to you?
Well, recency is taking precedence. So, Kobe. Oh my god.
Oh my god, the Kobe moment.
I called it. Oh, well, I mean, it's not like he quit the military or anything, but
No.
oh my god, that was awesome.
Both Kobe moments, I
Yeah.
think, were so exceptional.
Yeah,
The one of when Luffy just punches him in the face, that moment, so solid. I went back. This arc made me be like, okay, I'm gonna watch some of these episodes in the anime. I want to see what
the
this
magma
is like.
guy.
I kind
Epic.
Kainu?
Was he? Is his face supposed to be Clint Eastwood or something?
No,
That'd be funny.
but it's kind of similar.
It honestly,
it just looked like such a it looked like fan art of a guy.
all of the admirals are based off of real people. Let me see if I can find
Like
it.
Japanese actors.
Yes, Japanese actors.
You just got the cowboy
Akainu
expression, you know.
looks like he's racist.
Huh?
I've said that before.
Yeah.
He just looks like he's racist.
Well, I mean, he's a cop, so
Yeah.
that probably has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
But I went to watch the anime.
Yeah.
And I watched the first Kobe moment. And Clayton has talked a lot about how much he thinks the One Piece anime kind of doesn't get the same point across as the show. And I have to say publicly here that I do agree. I think that moment was butchered. Because, one of the things that makes the Kobe moment so impactful is how fast it happens in the manga. In the anime, there was flashbacks and it was a whole 2-minute sequence before Luffy punched him in the face, and it's that's not what this moment was. This moment is slowing down for this moment defeats the point of what this moment was saying.
I feel so bad for people who fall in love with One Piece through the anime because I'm just you are so conditioned to accept this terrible pacing and all of these
Yeah.
We
butchered
also
moments.
talk so much about the fights that get skipped and how Oda does not really pay attention to any fights that are not actually impactful to the story. There was a chunk where Luffy fought 5 random Marines,
God
and
damn
it was
it.
just why is Luffy struggling against these Marines? What are we doing
Do
here?
you think we're alienating ourselves to the anime fans by saying this? Is there a war? Is there a civil war going on right now, Clayton?
There is a good amount of people who are anime only, and I don't think that they. I haven't seen a whole lot of them, at least in the last 5 years, be like, the anime's the way to watch it. Because how do you watch it and not? There are a lot of people who are anime onlys, but I don't think that they're necessarily this is the
defensive
only
about
way to do it.
It
They
wasn't-
just like watching stuff.
It also wasn't awful. It was just in comparison to what the manga was. It was just not I'm not making the claim that the anime is bad. It's just I think in comparison to the manga, it's so much worse that it feels a lot worse to watch.
I think I just noticed that a lot of the lack of budget really shows, except in key moments in the anime that I've noticed. I haven't seen all of the anime, but even the directing is just very lackluster. You can do a lot with still frames or with low amounts of actual animation. You can do a lot there. A lot of anime do, but One Piece is just these are just rushed illustrations that don't look as good as Oda's, and that sometimes have animation that still just looks better in the manga.
You remember cardboard cutout Zoro?
Yeah. Well, that was actually charming.
I loved that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that was pretty sick.
Also, Marineford in the anime is the same amount of episodes as Part 5 was. It's about 50 episodes.
Wait,
Oh
what?
Yeah.
my!
Which is more
God.
episodes
That's
than there
more-
are chapters.
That's more than part 3 even.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh my! Well, there was
That
a lot going on.
Is the worst.
That's insane.
That made me angry actually just now.
Did it?
But why don't we talk about what we like about Marineford?
yeah.
Can I
What's up?
just before we leave the anime, I do want to say there was the way that they handled the big Ace moment there was like a merit to that specific moment. I think like the best way to do, like what Clayton has said, is if you just zoom to the moments that you want to see, there's some fun to be had, because they did a lot of like made like the color like negative to the color palette, and it was very interesting and very fun. But yes, let's talk about the big.
Yeah.
Loved.
Ace fucking died.
Ace Freaking
Ace.
died.
How'd you feel about that?
Bad. What the fuck?
Unfortunately, it was a spoiler we all knew.
Yeah, we all knew.
It's like the spoiler. Yeah.
I honestly kind of am a little glad that I knew it because
Yes,
Oh.
me too.
because I'm glad that I could trust I could trust it. You know what I mean? Because with Pell, after Pell,
Yeah.
come on, like I wouldn't have I would have been like, okay, but really, I would have been thinking that the whole time. But since I was spoiled, I could really take it for what it was telling me it was.
See, I'm of the opposite mind. I think I'm very disappointed that I got spoiled for it.
Yeah.
I also got spoiled for it in just the absolute worst way.
How?
I was talking to somebody and it was like the first time we were hanging out and we were just talking about One Piece, and I was like, yeah, I'm on One Piece. I'm on like chapter whatever. I think it was around Ina's lobby area, and I was like, yeah, I just got to a moment that made me like bawl, and this person just immediately went, oh, was it when Ace died? Didn't ask where I was at or what was happening,
Terrible.
and I was like, when, huh?
He's not in that arc at all.
That
I
sucks.
didn't even get a chance to say where I was.
Is this a
in the
person
story.
that is like you like and respect?
This is a person that is my friend at the moment. Yes.
Friend for the time.
Don't bring him around here. I'll say that.
That is infuriating.
Yeah, it was I was very mad.
When we went to IkiCon, it was we were already spoiled, me, Josh, and Lucas.
Yeah.
And, but if we weren't, that would have sucked way worse than how I found out about it. But it was weird. Josh was cosplaying.
I cosplayed Ace.
and some people were like, appreciating our costumes and complimented us and just said to Josh, Ace, back from the dead.
Or R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Like really heartfelt. Like, we're so sorry that you're dead. Shut up.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I have mixed feelings about Ace's involvement in this arc.
Oh?
Yeah. I think that it was awesome to see him feel like a burden for having, Pops and the crew come save him. And I think that when he got free and started kicking ass, it was fucking awesome. But I was expecting to see a little more of his backstory and more just tangible, like, I don't know, facts and story beats about him. Before he died. Like, I just feel like, I still barely know this guy, and I'm supposed to feel really sad, and I am sad.
Don't you think that we're not done finding things out about his past, though?
I definitely don't think we're done. And maybe that's like the thing. Oda's like, he put himself in a place where he's like, I kind of have to kill Ace for the propulsion of the story, but it's too early to give all these details on his backstory with Luffy. I understand if that's the case, and I'm sure it will work out. I trust Oda. And the death was still very heartfelt and poignant. But I think that's just like, I've seen Oda, I've seen this story tie so many things together for really pivotal moments that aren't even actual deaths, that I was expecting like a big death like this to have a bit more buildup, I guess, because I still feel like, yeah, we didn't even see Luffy and Ace interact that much. Like their relationship was much more told than shown, if that makes sense.
I think to me, because for one, I think if we got like the Ace backstory, like flashback or something in Marineford, I would have hated that. The same as like if like before a character dies and they're like, this is just like when I was a child, and I was like, that would have. I don't think that would have felt good. To
It
me.
could have been cheap. Yeah, it would have been cheap. I guess there really just wasn't time for him to get into it.
But I think too, like he gets so much characterization in this arc, seeing him and like the way he talks to Garp and like the way he shouts out to people, and then seeing him
the way they
interact.
care for him.
Yeah, like when I see him burst out and like fight with Luffy and the way he talks,
That
like,
was
I feel
great.
like I know everything about their relationship.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Just from like 2 pages of that.
That was so great when his handcuffs got off, and
That shit is
that was
like
so great.
jump up and run around the room.
Yes.
type shit.
Maybe I
Yeah.
would. Maybe
yeah, wait, I have a perfect picture to describe it, and I'll find it and show y'all later.
Yeah.
maybe I just wanted more of that before it happened. It was so sudden, and I mean his the buildup of like a lot of what Pops meant to him, what Whitebeard meant to him, was kind of conveyed during this arc, and maybe I wish that could have been. I could have had more time to sit with that and let that sink in before we had this. We both of them die, and it's very tragic. But it still was. I will say, it was still impressive that within one arc, I was able to feel so much for these characters. And what
Yeah.
is relatively a short battle. I mean, it's a big battle, but it's not. Their time in Marineford is not particularly long, which is why it's insane to me that it's like 50 episodes in the anime. That's crazy.
Yeah, that absolutely.
Ronnie's showing a picture of something just bouncing off the walls of a bedroom.
Someone jumping around a bedroom.
Yeah,
I
shit's awesome.
what was I gonna say? We were talking about when he got. Oh, how I was gonna say he was the Garp's like what his reaction was gonna or what his decision was gonna be was built up so much, and the way that he let Luffy punch him was like
That was awesome.
Yeah.
it was literally at the exact last minute. One really tiny panel of his face, just like, and then you knew that it was really nice.
You know, I do think that actually, I'm glad. Part of me is glad I knew that Ace was already gonna die, and I knew that it was gonna be in this arc, even. But
That's the part I didn't know.
Yeah, me neither.
But once it got towards the end, I did.
yeah, you know what? I actually think I would have been better off if I didn't know, because I wouldn't have like maybe all of these unrealistic expectations built up for what is ultimately like a really climactic battle. They lose.
They lose.
They completely lose.
Not completely.
Well, like Marineford gets fucked up, but I like that. Sengoku he implies that this has happened multiple times before. That Whitebeard he's like, do you have to destroy the whole island again? Whitebeard's ability.
He is terrible. What do y'all think?
Dude.
I hinted a little bit that this guy is in my echelon of 5, where it's like my 5 characters that I see as like the highest of the high. What do we think of Whitebeard?
I mean, like, I don't know if I've really know of any other characters quite like him. Like, he's got that same, like, a popular shtick, I guess, where it's like, I love my sons, and you know what I mean? Like, I'm a great guy. I'm just a loving, parental figure or whatever, but like, he just takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And it really gets across.
And it makes you wish you had so much more time with him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll see flashbacks with him at some point. But what we did see was truly something special.
I also love the like parallels to Luffy in a sense of being like, yeah, this guy is the greatest pirate currently alive, and he will do anything to protect his crew.
Yeah.
And that kind of setting that implication of being like, yeah, in order to be the best, you need to give everything for your crew. In order to be the best captain and the best pirate, your crew needs to be the most important thing to you.
I love his ability. Literally allows him to move mountains for his family.
For his familia.
Yeah, that too. And I really think that Oda kind of pulled the wool over our eyes a bit in a way that I love, because Whitebeard just has this insane buildup from hundreds of chapters now. Where when we do see him interact, which is very few times, he seems like, oh shit, this is the guy who takes no shit from anyone. He's a fucking beast, and he's probably like ruthless.
Yeah.
And is he all those things? Yeah, in a way, but not in the way that you expect. I definitely did not expect for him, one, to not care about finding the One Piece, but for two, for him to be like, I just wanted a family.
Yeah.
I think that's why Luffy is a pirate.
Yeah.
And that's making me want to cry
this
right
is
now.
always, I think of this as tied. There are two chapters that I would say are like my favorite chapters. And one of them is 576, the great pirate Edward Newgate, which is, it's him in his death. And we get that. There's the whole thing with Teach, of course. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But we get the flashbacks of him as he's dying. And it's like, they're like, what do you want? What do you want?
Yeah.
Edward? And he's like, me? I just want a family. And then you see, it's like all the damage that he took for his family, like hundreds of sword slashes, hundreds of bullets, 47 cannon strikes. And then his cape falls off, and you see his back. He suffered nose cavity. And this specifically the line, he will forever be remembered as a monster for the way he destroyed his enemies that day. It's just he is in the story for such a small amount of time, and he makes such a fucking mark.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I love too that he had a little picnic with his boyfriend Gold Roger, and that they just knew like they were told to us to be rivals. Yeah, but clearly they were friends. It's like. Yeah, that shit was awesome.
Also, he was about to fucking explain what the hell the D initial means, and he didn't fucking do it.
He's like, I know a couple people with that D. What is it? And he's like, well, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But we know that that Whitebeard finds out, and then it cuts back, and he's like, he's thinking of that moment, and he's like, it's not you, Teach. And he's like, you ain't him. And
you ain't.
No,
you are not him.
He actually said that verbatim. That's so.
You are
it's
not
so
him.
good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Luffy. Luffy took the.
Who's that again?
I don't know.
This monkey guy.
Luffy took the. I don't know. Have y'all all seen Logan?
Yeah.
Y'all know the part where like Logan's on the verge of death, but he needs to save X-23, so he stabs himself with the X-Men steroids, and then he goes crazy. Yeah, Luffy did that like 2 or 3 times. Yeah. With the Horm with Iva.
Well, because Iva implied the first time that like he's losing large chunks of his lifespan when he does that. Yeah. And he did it once in Impel Down, and then again here.
Luffy's gonna die at like 27,
and he loses lifespan when he uses Gear 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my god. Stop it. So
the One Piece at this point needs to be like a green mushroom from Mario for Luffy.
But Luffy tries real hard. We see him first. He appears onto the scene falling from the sky in a pirate ship.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wait, what?
Oh, the moment where he just jumps over the wall and has like the ship mast in his
he
hand.
has Jinbei propel him with water, and he lands in front of the 3 admirals holding a masthead.
That was pretty cool.
Fucking awesome.
Dude, the admirals are so...
Yeah, I guess they did lose a little bit because Whitebeard and Ace died. They fucking died. But no admirals or high officers
all they did was
died.
Just destroy Marineford again.
Yeah.
They probably took out a lot of the Navy, but ultimately this looked like a victory for to the public.
But some would say the victory that really mattered. A new era was kicked off as Whitebeard declared to the whole world that the One Piece is real.
Can we get much higher?
So high.
I did not expect that to be here, but I knew that had to happen if Whitebeard was going to die. So I was like, when that did happen, I was like, Whitebeard is not making it out of here. Because I knew that Whitebeard was the guy who said it.
The One
Is
Piece.
that a thing?
Yeah, the One Piece is real.
The One Piece is real.
Yeah. Okay.
And then people hired the actor who plays Howard Hamlin on Better Call Saul. He goes, the One Piece. The One Piece is real.
I didn't know that.
Oh, we'll have to show you the video after.
That's funny.
It's very funny.
It's awesome.
Freaking, you guys, guess who showed up after?
Shanks!
And oh my god, like the reaction to Shanks. Are you all right?
I was just thinking about the
He
Kobe
was
moment that comes
excited.
right before
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kobe's about to get fucked up by Akainu.
He's about to get murdered by
by
Akainu.
Akainu.
what the fuck?
And after he gives the fucking speech monologue of the century or line of the century, where he's just like, "Everybody stop!" Kobe stops everyone
Yeah.
for a second.
Yeah.
He gets into listen
For
to
a second,
him,
I thought he had hockey for a minute.
and he says like, "Everybody, like this is a waste of human life."
yeah.
And some of them are like, some of them feel that even Sengoku at the end is like, I'll agree to these terms with Shanks, but Akainu's a fucking piece of human trash. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
he is truly just a fucking thumb-headed cop. Like, I hope I need him to. If you're gonna kill off like my boys that I love, like Oda, you need at some point. I need Akainu to die a horrible death.
Is the face of like the Navy as like an evil force.
I see that. He was also the one that ordered. Am I correct in saying
He is the one that destroyed the ship on Ohara.
Yeah, the one of all the refugees,
Yes.
the innocents. He's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
His powers are amazing, but I want his eyes gouged out, like and his heart ripped out of his throat.
Yeah.
I fucking hate him so much.
Oh, Marco's
Yeah.
power.
Marco's
That's
devil
fucking
fruit.
insane.
Phoenix.
Kind of
Fruit.
daddy a little bit.
What?
Okay.
Marco's a people get real horny about Marco.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyone at this
Well,
table?
you haven't. We'll get there.
Does
He
he
was-
have a glow up like Kobe?
No, he looks the exact same, but
Okay.
with some slight difference.
I will say the division leaders, Whitebeard's division leaders, were no joke. They were kind of giving the admirals a bit of a hard time, and I mean it was still pretty sick seeing Aokiji take people out. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was fucking awesome. When he just sprung into action. Just at the beginning of the fight, I think he was like the first.
Yeah,
person
he
on the
charges like Whitebeard, basically.
Yeah, that shit was. I fucking love Aokiji.
There's that moment where it's like all the Navy's forces are like coming at him. Whitebeard hasn't moved yet, and it's the first division commander. Like Marco goes and like deflects Aokiji, and he's like, "We can't let you take our king this early into the game." And then they're all like, everybody's diffusing all the situations everywhere.
Yeah.
When
It's
Mihawk
awesome.
was like, I want to see the true gap between us and him.
Oh.
And Senza. I don't know how much Mihawk got done in this arc, or any of the warlords got done, but Mihawk certainly was badass.
Oh
in
yeah.
this shit.
His fight with Luffy, like the
Ooh!
moment where he
That
tries
was
to
really
stop
cool.
Luffy and like
Ooh, and Luffy uses precognition again.
Luffy does a little bit of mantra.
Luffy
called
does a little bit of maybe
Observation
hockey.
It's called observation
check.
hockey,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Has that been said?
I don't know. But
Okay.
I've heard of that term.
Okay. He does a little bit of mind hockey. Somebody else who does a little bit of maybe hockey of some kind. Kobe hearing all the voices.
Yes.
go out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering.
Kobe's
wondering what
gonna
he was
be
talking
him one
about.
day. Kobe's gonna be.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Kobe's gonna find the One Piece.
So I think this arc shot Kobe into potentially in my top 5.
Kobe's
What?
awesome.
Whoa!
Whoa.
I,
Top five.
I
Whoa.
really like Kobe. I haven't put like numbers on everything,
Yeah.
but Kobe is minimum top 10, but potentially top 5 because I love him so much. I love what he means to the story. I love what he means to Luffy and being this like foil to Luffy. I really enjoy him, the arc that he is going on of learning that the institution that he wanted to be a part of is not the institution that he thought it was. A lot can be. I mean, I want to see how it plays out a little bit more. But Kobe and where he's going, I love. I love him so much.
Yeah,
I'm pretty happy with. I know I don't know why I'm like surprised. I don't think Oda would typically do this, but when Ace dies, Luffy's reaction was crazy. Like he just goes into shock.
Oh.
Yeah,
it is the image of him like lean back, like it breaks my heart looking at him.
Also,
at the moment right before, is that what you were gonna say?
Yeah.
The thank you for loving me.
thank you for loving me, but he wants him to tell the whole crew that.
Yeah.
But it's also a message to Luffy. That got me. I almost cried at that moment.
Yeah.
That was fucking having an older brother and reading this. A crazy combination, I'll tell you that much. I will say that much for $5.
Luffy now has a crazy what's it called, wound on his chest, so I wonder if it's
That was in fact where he gets that scar.
wonder if it's
I was thinking that.
that's gonna leave a mark.
Also, guys, Jinbei.
Jinbei.
Jinbei's
Jinbei,
the
awesome.
man.
Jinbei more like Jim Bay.
Yeah,
yeah.
He rocks.
Can
I
also say just another MVP, somebody who pulls the fuck out of their weight. Crocodile.
Oh my
Yes!
god!
Yeah.
What was his
Yes,
agenda?
yes.
He kind of switches his agenda up a
Dude.
little bit.
So he starts and he starts charging Whitebeard,
Yeah.
which like good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
But Whitebeard is like not happening right now. And I don't think Whitebeard even does anything. I think it's like Jozu who like knocks him off. And eventually Crocodile's like, all right, well, if y'all are trying to kill Whitebeard, I'll get in the way. But then he's like, is that really your only motivation? You're like saving. He shoots the people that are about to execute Ace.
Yeah.
He stops Akainu from killing Luffy.
What's his deal?
Or what was Akainu doing when he did? He like cuts Akainu in half.
Yeah. I think it was about
Croc's going crazy. He's going awesome.
What?
He's-
What is going on?
He's decided he's going to be helpful. I think he has a bit of a liking to Luffy.
Dude.
Maybe because he's his mom. Wait, I think I wrote down what exactly. There was just some stuff that happened where.
Yeah, there was. There really was.
There really
some
was
stuff
stuff.
that happened. If Croc comes back in the picture, like as a potential ally, that's gonna be a crazy reunion with Robin. For that, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh, so so Croc and Mr. One engage Hawkeye. Like they engage Mihawk,
Right.
so that Luffy can get away past Mihawk.
Yeah.
And that shit was great.
Yeah.
And I love how Mihawk like blitzes Mr. One. Like
he's like,
nothing.
oh, you must be Dawes Bones. Bah!
Yeah, like-
he's like done in an
It's like,
instant.
oh, you're a man made of swords. I happen to be the greatest swordsman. Gabagao! And then he just fucks them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Croc is. Man, I am loving Croc as an
Yes.
anti-hero way more than I loved him as a villain. I gotta say.
Impel Down and on is where Croc becomes like, this fucking guy is awesome.
I'm like, I can finally appreciate how sexy you are because you're being utilized so well.
I think he also is drawn sexier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not bad. He's just drawn.
He just has
that
this
way.
Yeah.
He just has this scowl, like this fuckboy scowl.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When he has a cigar in his mouth.
That's funny.
But yes, Shanks. Sorry, Shanks interferes, and then Mihawk's like, I did not sign up to fight a second Emperor. But I think personally, don't correct me if I'm wrong. I think personally, it's just because him and Shanks are buddies now.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
does not. Okay. And he does not want to fight his boy Shanks.
I could have taken it either way, where it was like me and Shanks are like that would not be good for me socially to fight Shanks and
Here's my social status.
yeah, okay, here's
for his Twitter
tell me
followers.
this. If Kim Kardashian were a warlord of the sea, or not a warlord of the sea, a fucking emperor of the sea or whatever, would she not handle that whole situation exactly like Mihawk did?
Mayhaps.
That's my point. That's my case in point.
Yeah, sure.
Also, I'll tell y'all this for free. Mihawk, he was not even that invested in this fight. Like he
Yeah.
he was like
No.
fighting, but like
None of the warlords
he's
were.
he's Mihawk. Like
Yeah.
that was not him trying to fight Whitebeard.
Remind me when him and Shanks got buddy. Did we see that, or is this
Yeah,
just?
well, you see a moment a long time ago where Mihawk goes to. This is right after Luffy gets a bounty, and Mihawk takes his bounty to.
Right. He's
Shanks,
the one that shows Shanks.
and he's
the
like,
bounty.
"Have you seen this?" Yeah,
But it could be because Shanks is more like Whitebeard his health was deteriorating. You know, they said he's the strongest person in the world. Right?
Yeah.
But he was 87.
Right.
Yeah, and
But-
he was dying.
Yeah.
He was not going to live much longer than this fight anyway.
So maybe Mihawk also considered Shanks to be. I don't know. I think it's because they're friends, but also it could be that he thinks Mihawk is he thinks Shanks is more powerful than Whitebeard would have been,
I kind of wonder why.
or dangerous.
If Roger was already friends with Whitebeard, why didn't he just give Ace straight to Whitebeard instead of going through Garp? I do wonder. Could be a million reasons why. I wonder if that'll be explained.
Maybe to give him a chance to not be a pirate if he wanted
Maybe.
to.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it was also he got captured by Garp. He was in prison being prepared to be executed.
He didn't
When
have
he gave
time to
that.
go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I loved seeing Ace's rise up with the Spade Pirates, and then him joining and slowly winning over Whitebeard, and Whitebeard winning him over,
and trying every night trying to
kill this
Whitebeard.
motherfucker.
Yep.
That was awesome. Yeah, but Jinbei the goat. I said this to Hayden earlier, and he gave me a weird look. I feel like Jinbei gives me Avdol vibes. Am I crazy?
No, I don't think so.
And just how supportive and
He-
steadfast he is.
He seems very experienced.
I get that.
Yeah.
and so I get what you're saying.
And he seems like he has a code, like a very strict like.
Uh-huh.
He plays by the rules, kind of. It's just
Yeah.
me, just me again.
Jinbei's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, the fact with Shanks that everybody stops, like the entire war is just like, okay, well, we're gonna just everybody's gonna.
Well, because it's like there's it's Whitebeard and his crew versus everybody. They have like basically the whole fight. Like it's about to be over, and then Shanks shows up and is like, "If you want to keep fighting, you'll fight me." And he's like, he hasn't been hurt at all. He's got his whole crew, which are all scary. Ben Beckman. He just has a gun, and Kizaru. You see Kizaru go like, "Whoa, hey,
Yeah,
I don't want that
scary
smoke,
guy.
man."
Scary guy. I feel like Kizaru should be played by Jeff Goldblum.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Maybe, I don't know.
That's the light
it's a very
guy, right?
physical role. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I digress though.
I could see that.
Yeah, I digress. Maybe just like deep fake his face on the onto a stundle. Shit. Oh yeah, Shanks just got back from fighting an emperor
That's
named
true.
Kaido,
Yeah.
and then he's unharmed, unfazed. Just shows up and is like, guys, can we just fucking stop? Can we just like quit it and put a stopper in this? I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I'll fight you. but I'll throw hands. I'll throw hand.
Yeah.
Also, my favorite moment in this whole arc.
Whoa.
Okay. So, okay. Shanks sees Buggy again. That's not the favorite moment. But then
That'd be crazy if that was your favorite.
yeah, no. Buggy was awesome in these chapters.
Yeah.
Buggy was so awesome.
It's me, Buggy. I'm Buggy.
Yeah, and then when the cameras start again, he's like, "It's me. I've done a siege on Marineford." My favorite moment in all of this, which is crazy because there's a lot of great moments, is when someone I think it might be Buggy is like, "Hey, the Straw Hat's here." Like, but Shanks picks up his old straw hat.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
Luffy's here. Don't you want to see him? And he's like, not yet. I made him a promise, and this would be breaking that. It's like, when you're a great pirate, I'm going to see you again. So it was kind of funny that, like, Shanks kind of, like, sunned him a bit. He's like,
Yeah, he's like,
you ain't shit yet, buddy.
You're not ready yet.
Yeah.
But
But
Also, he
just
100% was. I feel like that's the whole point of this. Is like Luffy could not fight a single person in this war.
That's true. He was in out of his depth. He had too much dip on his chip. But like, that was such a nice callback to think that no, just the idea that I'd forgotten about that promise. But Oda didn't, and Oda brought it back.
I really did enjoy the moment when they're basically playing catch with Luffy's body and throwing him around and trying to get him safe.
Yeah.
And like it ends up just like by chance Buggy gets given Luffy. And then
it was his hat, right? Oh no, it was
no.
Luffy.
Like Luffy gets thrown at Buggy. At
he's
one
holding
point.
Luffy and Jinbei.
And Jinbei.
Yeah.
He's
That's
like,
kind of grim.
Hilarious.
And then a little submarine pops out of nowhere.
I love that Law has a submarine pirate ship. That's so
awesome.
And he really wants to chill with Luffy, like so bad. Like he was like, I'm gonna come I just did like a road trip to like come and see you
to an active
specific-
war zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a doctor.
He's got a crush.
Oh, when he says,
Law's got a
Oh
crush.
yeah.
Yeah, when
he can have a crush.
when he said, "Trust me, I'm a doctor," that was fucking up.
That was great. Did we
awesome.
know he was a doctor?
I did not know he was a doctor.
We knew he was
surgeon
the
of death.
surgeon of
A
death.
surgeon of death.
Oh, that's so
Sure,
sick.
but that's like okay. That's what some asshole would call themselves. Like you know. What I mean?
That's so awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was a lot of cool stuff. I wonder what it's gonna be like for our other Straw Hats to hear about all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I miss them.
I was so convinced one of them was gonna pop up here randomly.
Oh, yeah?
Hayden told me that. He's like,
yeah.
I bet either one or all of the Straw Hats will show up.
I would cry. Like if
would-
that happened somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be like confused as fuck because
Yeah.
they're all over
I
the
was
world.
I was so convinced that like, okay, well, if Luffy can make it here in time, somebody of the Straw Hats is going to hear about what's going on and be like, Luffy's going there.
Yes.
And I thought it was going to be like Zoro or somebody was going to show up. Or I thought it was going to be Sanji. I thought Sanji was going to have another
Right.
Mr. Prince moment.
Yeah.
that would
That'd
be
be
the
awesome.
ultimate Mr. Prince moment.
Yeah. Shanks takes off a mask.
Mr. Prince was the one that opened the gates of justice.
Also,
which we
so cool that we find out who did that.
Yes.
Yeah.
that makes
It was-
so much sense too.
Yeah.
It was Blackbeard.
It was Black. Yeah.
They-
Yeah, he
Like
hypnotized.
hypnotized.
It was
It was Moses Buggy who did it, really.
of course, yes, but it was Lafitte, sorry, that went and hypnotized the people to open the doors for any non-Navy ship.
Yeah.
that came in.
Speaking of Blackbeard,
Blackbeard done killed Whitebeard.
Yep.
And took his fucking
And
devil,
sucked him out.
took his
Sucked him
devil,
dry.
which was
Right.
not known to
power.
be possible.
yeah. Also, him showing up with just basically like, oh, this is my crew.
Yeah.
The worst criminals.
The worst of the
imaginable.
worst.
Oh, imaginable.
Oh.
Imaginable.
He's got
Imaginable.
so many fucked up people. He's got a big giant,
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Juan Wolf.
He's got
Yeah. He's got a sturdy woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep. And the fucking other guy that I hate.
which one?
the
one from the prison- the
ex
ex-
Navy
The
guy.
ex-
Yeah.
Warden?
Ex-Navy guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Shiryu.
Ex-warden.
It was really funny. So Clayton, before we had started reading this, I was talking to Clayton and I was like, yeah, I thought it was kind of weird because I didn't know like Blackbeard's powers before going into this. And I was a little confused when he started because the only thing I'd known about was Blackbeard's appearance in Jump Force, a game I played a while ago. And I was like, I remember seeing him like punch and then like there being like cracks in the air.
Whoa.
And I didn't know like what that was. And then Clayton was like, yeah, sometimes, hockey's like an invisible power that can't really be
Wow.
like visualized. So I think that's the
Wow.
game's way of visualizing the power.
Wow.
Split.
For the greater good.
Wait, so when you
True for
saw
the good.
Whitebeard use,
I didn't think about it.
wow,
Because of the fact that I didn't know that like devil fruit powers can transfer. I just didn't even give it a
Of
second
course,
thought.
why would you assume
Why
that?
would I assume
Yeah.
that?
But he's like this is crazy now that he can do this.
He can do two.
Not only two. He's. I feel like he's gonna be like Sylar from Heroes. You know that show Heroes. Remember?
Well, can I drop some shit on y'all?
Yeah.
So Blackbeard has, when we first meet him, the moment where Zoro and Luffy are like, not him, them, multiple people.
Huh? Wait, what?
All the way back on Jaya, they're leaving, and Nami's like, "What was wrong with him?" and Luffy goes, "Not him," and Zoro
Right.
says, "Them."
Right.
Or even in some translations, they say, "It's not him; it's multiple people."
Right.
Yeah.
He carries 3 pistols. His Jolly Roger is 3 skulls. He gave Shanks 3 scars upon his eye. He has always been associated with the number 3. Many people believe, this is a theory that is based only on things that y'all now know, so I feel comfortable telling y'all,
Yeah.
that he either already has a devil fruit that is the Cerberus devil fruit, or that he is like a Cerberus creature of some kind. But people think he's going to get a 3rd devil fruit as well.
So,
Whoa.
or when you were saying that, my first is he's Doppio +1. Maybe he's got 3%.
Yeah, that is. I think that he would theoretically have 3, but we usually see him acting pretty consistently.
Yeah.
He's a jovial guy that is very ambitious in a somewhat nefarious way.
Yeah.
Wait, so the impression I got was that he wanted the dark fruit so bad because I thought that's what he knew, that he could use that fruit to get other fruits. Like it was a fruit that allowed him to get, you know what I mean?
I could see that being like the way, but I still think like outside of that, like, okay, maybe the dark fruit can remove the devil fruit, but you still can't like eat 2 devil fruits because
No, but he didn't eat a devil fruit.
or gained a devil fruit. We don't know what he did.
Because he was under the tent.
Yeah.
And then somebody was like, "Oh wait, I thought it would kill you to have 2 devil fruits." And somebody else says, "Yeah." It's
His
somebody
body
on
is
Whitebeard.
his body is different.
Yeah, they say his body is strange. And so I think
Sounds
He's
like
an
it sounds like
exception.
where you're at in One Piece, those answers have still not been given.
correct. In fact,
Whoa.
though, recently there were some answers that make me think, "Oh, is he this?" But I can't say what that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I read all of One Piece in all this time that we waited. So, there is, guys. Whatever you do not look up
Scary ghost face.
Luffy's.
Don't look up Slender
Don't
Man.
look up a single thing about Monkey D. Luffy. I learned that the hard way.
my
What
God,
did you?
what
Oh, you
Fuck,
fucking
Josh.
idiot!
When
You
will you
idiot!
What
No,
happened?
I looked at
Josh, you Googled
Did-
Luffy?
I googled his age.
That is
His age is not a spoiler.
That is how you literally got a spoiler for a different character.
Yes.
I remember.
No. It was
you
his
te-
height, and I
Oh
and I
my-
went to
but
the
still,
wiki.
you
It told no. Here's what happened. Google.
You're wrong here.
Text me
Whatever
what you
say.
know.
I'm afraid-
Text me what you
I'm
found
so
out.
afraid. I'm worried you're gonna.
Do it.
Text
Do
me.
it. I want to see Clayton's
I'm worried you're gonna
reaction.
ground me and
Live-
you're gonna spank me if I
Text
tell
me
you.
what you
Live
found out.
reaction right now.
It was. I
it.
was so pissed
Text
off
him.
when I saw it. It was like no. Here's the thing. It was like
You have to text.
it was like a Google. The first thing that came up was not Luffy is this age. It was like a table that said Luffy, right? Age, blah blah blah. This, blah blah blah. And then I wanted to kill myself.
Yeah, why'd you do
Okay.
that?
Because I needed to know his age to
But
see if
Josh,
it
You
was
could
how weird.
ask
You
Clayton.
Yeah, text Clayton.
I didn't want
Ask Clayton.
Clayton. I needed answers immediately.
Yeah, it was
All
even.
right.
I feel like it's like.
Did you text him?
Because even when I worked on, when I was working on, when we were doing like cosplay stuff,
Yeah.
and when I needed reference photos for Crocodile,
Yeah.
I was like, I shouldn't Google Crocodile.
yeah.
Because I shouldn't Google anything because I don't know what I'll see, even
I-
by an Oculus and looking up crocodile pictures.
I literally.
I usually don't do it, but I was like, I just need to know his age.
You usually don't do
Josh.
it.
No, I
this
usually
is
know
the-
the most.
This
You
is
know
the second that you
most
do it the
spoilers.
most. The most times people have been spoiled in this podcast is you.
I mean, like I usually I don't Google stuff. I run into stuff
You do-
typically. That's a
you-
spoiler. I don't typically Google.
You do.
That's the only thing in
So
One Piece
knowing
that I have
yourself-
Googled and been spoiled about.
You
Knowing
do.
how much you are a spoiler magnet,
Oh my
you
God.
thought it'd just be fine.
To Google, literally.
I thought I'd get lucky.
I cannot believe. But I can.
Oh man,
Did you know it?
he still has not sent
Sent
it
it to you with invisible.
with
ink.
invisible ink.
Clayton put down his microphone, and his head is
That
in his hands.
Clayton, I can only imagine because I don't know. I don't have any context, and when I saw that, I was
Josh.
like, crestfallen. I was crestfallen that I knew this huge thing. I can only imagine that.
Clayton, I need
It's
you.
so. Clayton, I'm sorry. I am like genuinely sorry.
Oh man.
I feel like I got the biggest spoiler in One Piece that isn't whatever the One Piece is.
Don't look up anything ever again.
Josh, if you ever Google anything ever, like we have to put you down.
I was debating telling you, but I thought you ought to know.
Yes. I would be so much more upset if this was something that was kept from me. I needed to punish you.
Oh my God.
And you will be punished for this. Your retribution will be swift, Josh.
Clayton, I need you to know that I love you so much, and
Uh-huh.
this podcast means so much to me. Don't take it away from me, please.
I'm not going to take the
Don't
podcast
take
away
One
from
Piece
you.
away.
Grounded. He's grounded.
Don't take One Piece away from me.
Josh has
Uh-huh.
to do the rest of the podcast upside down.
Oh no! Now
I have to do it on
Josh's-
a spinning wheel.
And we throw knives at you.
Yeah.
Josh's punishment is we show Clayton a One Piece spoiler or a
JoJo
JoJo
spoiler.
spoiler in front. We
Yes.
make Josh
Honestly-
tell him a JoJo spoiler.
That
I
is
think that needs to happen.
no.
Wow.
Wow, and make your experience worse.
Yeah.
The only one I'm fun.
I
I
think I need to hurt you by making
Wait,
my JoJo
wait,
experience
wait.
worse.
Please, I already told you big spoilers.
Wait, Josh, turn around. Clayton, let me tell you something real quick.
No.
It's not going to be a spoiler. It's not going to be a spoiler.
Please don't do this.
Shush.
So Josh, how is he? Don't stop eavesdropping. Stop eavesdropping. You're so bad at eavesdropping.
Can you not do this? Can you not do this? What did you tell
You
him?
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, tell
Yeah, well, now you have to punishment.
I think we can perhaps we can coordinate that.
we will decide what the consequences are for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Why did I, guys? I fessed up. Please don't make
Because
this.
you're a menace.
Can I here's
I've been
this.
so good.
Don't tell me a spoiler right now.
No.
But if you do it again, no, because that's just gonna keep you from telling me.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, I swear, I hadn't had a spoiler in so long.
Okay.
That's why I thought, no, don't make your own experience with JoJo worse.
I think genuinely, I think that's the way to get. That's the
Yeah.
only way to get like properly.
Don't
Yeah.
fuck. It's not about vindication.
need to
We're
learn.
friends.
No, you need to learn.
Look how much you don't want it to happen.
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
proves that
Yes,
it should be.
that is-
You're making me, Clayton. You're making me your opponent. I'll just keep fucking. You understand? I'll just keep. If you do this,
He is groveling
you
right
do
now.
not- if you keep doing this, you will buy yourself a war.
Are you
okay?
setting up
He's
mutually
spiraling.
assured destruction
Yes,
right now?
I am. You've already gotten. Two
I
days-
am doing this to try to stop you from reading more One Piece.
I will.
spoilers.
I already don't want to be doing this.
But you, Josh, you made.
I'm
the
learning the hard way, but I'm
No,
not
you're
gonna.
not
I'm not
learning.
gonna Google anything ever again.
Okay, please don't.
Okay.
And that's all we need. Is
That's
that you
all we
don't
need.
Google
We-
anything
all we-
ever again.
All we need to
Oh
know
my
is
God.
that
Right.
this is what the punishment will be
It's what
it
if you find another spoiler.
I don't listen.
But
that's
if we
a very,
tell him that, he's not gonna.
Yeah,
he's not gonna
that's
tell
a
us.
really
Yeah, yeah.
toxic environment you're creating, and that
Shut the
doesn't.
fuck up.
No, what?
It's
Wow.
okay. It's okay.
Clayton Polnareff comes back in part 6 again. There, I did it. Just kidding.
Because Josh, I'm sad for you. Is why I'm upset.
Here's the thing.
Because
I think it's gonna be. I still think it's gonna be so sick when that's contextualized.
Yeah.
Like I'm so. It made me. I mean, to be honest, it is like so exciting to know what that means. But also, I'm like, I wanted to like commit seppuku. Like I wanted to.
Yeah. That is very unfortunate that you found that out.
Like what? It would. Yeah. What a reveal that would have been. Let's stop talking about it.
Fun fact: Hayden was sitting next to me in a theater when I read that when I learned that thing for the first time.
Oh.
Was that when y'all
Which
were
gives
all
Hayden some idea to what it is
Was that when y'all were
regarding.
all
but-
crying and
idea.
stuff?
What's up?
Was that the time they all cried?
We were sitting in a theater. We were about to watch the movie X. But we should talk more about One Piece
Yeah.
and what
Yeah.
happened in it. What do we think of what else happened?
Shanks tricked Buggy into told him he would do it. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kuma.
Kuma and Ivankov are buddies.
Kuma's trans.
And
Right.
Ivankov is very sad.
Oh,
Is it
yeah,
just
we got-
everyone who is friends with Iva for some reason just is trans? Is that the
Maybe,
rule?
I don't know. Well,
This-
Kuma is he's now completely just a Terminator now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
this is where we got the line that Kuma said on Sabode contextualized.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
we will never see each other again, and now Kuma is
Basically dead.
dead. Yeah,
Kuma seems
which
to
is
be.
that hit me weird. I was not expecting that to hit me as like
Yeah. Sad.
when it was kind of revealed, and it's like, oh, Kuma's free will has been taken away
Yeah.
from him.
He is now
It was
PX0.
Really sad.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
'Cause
Kuma is such a fantastic character.
Yeah,
I'm fascinated by him.
and it's like it seems like he knew that this was coming, and it's like we're starting to see a little bit more of why he chose to split the Straw Hats, because he seems to know that what the government was going to do to him, and was trying to set up safeguards against that.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's
Yeah.
crazy.
But so you think that it wasn't exactly accurate that he chose to go through this process? They
Yeah.
signed up for it?
No, I do not think that was his choice to lose his free will. I think that
Who said that? Who said that he did that?
Doflamingo,
Right.
which we definitely need to talk about him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Do we? Yeah, we do.
We still didn't learn much about him, but he definitely was like
We've
vibing
seen him.
the
He's
whole
stunting
time.
around.
He
He has a
is.
speech in the middle where he's like, people keep saying justice will prevail.
Right.
Well, of course it is. Whoever wins, that becomes the side of justice.
Winners only.
Yeah.
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 He was like
We keep seeing him use his power. We
He-
just still don't know what it is.
he was
he-
geeking.
I never understood I was talking to my friend Steph. Love you, Steph. And she said that her friend who reads One Piece is like, or no, one of her mutuals is like obsessed with Flamingo and thirsts after him so bad. Every single Twitter post is just like obsessed with him, and she just doesn't get it or whatever. But after this thing, I was like, oh, he's like the Dio kind of. He reminds me of Dio a lot. And so maybe I will like come to understand why people are so obsessed with him, because I have seen a lot of love for him, and I'm like, I don't really get it. But
Y'all have got some hints
Uh-huh.
of Mr. Doflamingo. You've had your appetizers, but we have yet to get to the meal.
I've
Right.
heard he's one of the best villains in One Piece.
whoa,
People really like him.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's
I can tell.
I don't go crazy about him. He's not one of my favorites necessarily, but I get it.
We also saw Boa Hancock in a couple more fights, and she
She took out some
is
Kumas.
yeah, she is not to be fucking trifled with. I again, I mean, just the way that it was kind of like the way that a lot of the warlords, and I think that this is just because of the two warlords that we got introduced to first. It's like, Crocodile was obviously feels like objectively the weakest of the war. Not that I want to like power scale or anything, but I'm saying that I think that like I got this assumption in my head that the warlords and Luffy were on about the same power level. But seeing Boa Hancock
no.
just absolutely demolish people and just kick so much ass was so awesome.
I don't
Yeah.
know why, but for some reason, Boa Hancock is really like resonating with "Don't Funk with My Heart" by Black Eyed Peas for me.
Okay.
Just saying. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said.
For context, so Crocodile and Mihawk are both warlords.
Yeah.
And they are, as we saw just from like early One Piece, they are vastly different in
Yeah.
how strong they are.
Yeah.
And so it's reasonable to assume that just being a warlord does not mean necessarily that you're like any certain level of strength. It means that you're either really strong or really influential.
And you sell out.
Yeah, basically.
We also saw Sengoku.
Sengoku.
Yeah, his
Buddha
power, his
Sengoku.
big power.
That
Yeah,
golden
what
giant.
was
Yeah,
that?
shit's crazy.
We've learned, we saw with Marco, that there are some people who have mythical Zoan fruits.
Yeah.
Marco's ability to
That?
turn into a phoenix.
Yeah.
And Sengoku seems to have the Golden Buddha mythical Zoan fruit.
Oh, okay.
That's
why they call him
crazy.
that.
It's a the Golden Buddha is a creature
Or a myth.
or okay.
That's
Myth.
awesome.
Okay, is someone gonna turn into Santa Claus or something?
There's
Like-
also the
maybe.
the
Oh, that puts interesting implications on the way that myths were formed,
Yeah.
then, right? Because it's like if the mythical devil fruit exists, then they created their own myth, assumedly,
But
right?
you can
Yeah,
only
but-
ingest a devil fruit once, though.
Kind of a chicken or an egg
Unless-
situation.
Well, I thought the whole thing is like a-
unless when a devil fruit user dies, the fruit grows again.
that was I thought that was the implication that's already been made because
that
they
is
Really?
true, yeah.
Because how
It
else?
is?
What?
Yeah,
we know that.
Yeah,
right?
because they
No,
said that
I didn't know that.
Oh,
I believe it has been said.
only one devil fruit user can exist at the same time.
Yeah, but
But how else would they have catalogs of what devil fruits are and
that's
what
what
their
I asked
powers
before,
are?
but no one clarified
It
that.
has never been clear. I've taken very vast notes on One Piece so far. I don't think it's been clarified that it grows from the.
I thought we had talked about it on
I
episode.
asked-
like it grows from the corpse of the person, or it
No,
grows
No. That
No.
it just can regrow after the person's
No,
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
no,
no, that has not been clarified.
I asked this same question, or like I asked we talked about this, or like I asked a question that had to do with this, and that specific information was not talked about at all.
That might
Whoa.
have, I think because we didn't have, I think, both of those pieces. Because like the fact of the devil fruit catalog.
When did you find out about it for the first time?
Well, it was just me putting together when we've had the devil fruit catalog happened at one point, and then a different point is when we got the piece of lore revealed that only one devil fruit user can exist at the same point, and that was just like, okay, well,
But that's
They
an
get-
inference, though.
yeah,
It wasn't confirmed.
I mean, I guess it wasn't like specifically confirmed because we still don't know where devil fruit grow or like how they grow.
Yeah.
But like, I think it was just like putting together those two things was just like, okay, well, they have to have been able to know what a devil fruit looks like, and
that's what I asked. Like, how do they know? I asked, how do they know what it's gonna do before they do it?
and I think then later on we got the confirmation that only one devil fruit user can exist at the same time.
right. I guess you just thought it was so obvious you didn't bother to bring it up again.
No, I
'Cause
truly,
for
I
me,
just,
I guess me and Josh, we did not. That didn't feel like a confirmation.
okay, yeah,
Of that.
Yeah.
that makes sense. That
I think,
makes
I
sense.
think that you Googled it.
You bastard.
And now we
I
have to
would
punish
never.
Hayden.
I'm a strong man.
Don't drag him down with you.
Yeah. So
Clayton will have the answer for us soon. I believe
shit's
in
going
him.
crazy.
Maybe.
Hockey got I think there was more hockey stuff too. We learned. I don't know. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People were able to. The admirals were like pesky hockey because their abilities were getting counteracted by the hockey of other users of some of the division leaders.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was awesome. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Anything else? Any other major things we want to talk about?
What do we think's gonna happen?
What happens from here? We had a mention. Ace was like, "This reminds me of Sabo."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, am I supposed to know that?
I was like, who the fuck is that? I'm mad. That doesn't sound like Dodon. It sounds like there's someone else in their past. I wonder if that's going to be connected to if we learn anything more about Dodon.
Maybe Sabo was their favorite ice cream shop owner, got like in their hometown. Like
Yeah.
he was the guy who like sold ice cream.
I think that's 100% what it's going
Right?
to be.
Doesn't it sound like it?
Probably. I don't know
yeah.
yet.
So, man,
That's
Luffy
crazy.
just wants a family. This almost like makes so much sense. I don't. What?
No, I just had a. I'll say it after you say your thing.
Oh, it just makes sense because like I'm looking now at like from the little I do know about his upbringing. Yeah, he probably spent a lot of time not really with a steady home base.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
makes sense why he'd want. It makes sense why he looked to Shanks for counsel and mentorship, and it makes sense why he wants to go on a great big adventure.
Yeah. And now he's in a friggin' submarine. Is it a yellow submarine?
Mm-hmm.
It is,
Yeah, I
isn't
believe
it?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up. That's music references are for a Rocky.
Rocky.
It's not allowed. It's
Yeah.
not allowed.
There
Yeah.
was a yellow submarine in part 3.
Yeah, there was. But now they're in a submarine, and so they can cross. Wait, is Fishman Island on the other side of the red line?
It's underneath. the
Right
red
underneath.
line.
Okay, and that's how they're gonna get over. I think. Well,
They got to get back to
Luffy's not
Sabode.
gonna. Luffy's not gonna go anywhere without the rest of his crew.
Luffy
so.
needs. Well, they all have a piece of Viver paper connected to what's his name, Rayleigh.
Rayleigh, yeah.
So I think Rayleigh's right now. I think on Sabode. So that means I imagine they're all going to have to reconvene on Sabode to finally
And get their
Get
ship.
their ship. And
get their
Obviously,
goddamn
God,
ship.
I was just
and
like-
then finally cross the red line.
so
I
it
don't-
feels like Fishman Island's next.
Yeah, but I don't know why I was like, oh, they're in a submarine. They're right next to the red line. They're finally going to go to the new world. I was like, no. There's so much that
to
I
be done.
forgot about everything.
Luffy has a hole in a hole burned through him right now.
Not quite through him.
Well, definitely
just into
Well,
him.
Jinbei got burned right through, right?
Yes, he punched straight through Jinbei and hit Luffy.
Damn.
Yeah, but actually something about whale sharks is you can punch right through them.
They're like
and
paper.
They're totally fine after that. And they just keep on swimming.
Jinbei's awesome. I'm so
What do y'all
excited
think of
about-
Whitebeard getting his head blown off?
That was great.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
What?
that. That
he
was
gets,
so
he gets
awesome.
a piece of his head punched off by a
Yeah, that
Kainu.
was fucking crazy. The way that he slams a Kainu after Ace's death.
Yeah.
Like oh, you fucked up so hard, man. And he opens a ravine in the ground and a Kainu falls in, which of course doesn't kill him, but yeah.
Oh, it's another Whitebeard moment, just a small moment that I really want to appreciate. When he grabs the air, like when he puts two hands up and just grabs the air to like start destroying Marineford.
When you see the different tectonic plates.
We didn't even talk about, because this is a moment I like a lot. I don't know how it landed with y'all, but Squard stabs Whitebeard right through.
What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he gets you, and it's like this heartbreak, and then Whitebeard, instead of like even being mad, he just leans forward and gives him a hug. And then especially later when Squard is like, I'm gonna die here for you, I have to do this, and Whitebeard's like, dude, just so you know, that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And he like doesn't let that happen. He's like, I'm gonna hold them off. Get out of here, Squad.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of really playing some 3D chess there. From 4D chess.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing normal chess.
Kainu's kind of a dickhead.
Yeah, I kind of don't like him.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay. I guess should we talk about? Is there anything else we need to talk about, or do we go to homework, or do we go to?
I've got a question for the
Yes!
end of the episode before-
Okay.
Whoa.
Hit it.
I've got our first fan submitted question
Oh,
I want to
really?
bring to the
What?
table here.
Already?
I think I
yeah.
texted y'all about it a little while ago,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
this comes from
We're going to start doing those, by the way. We're going to
Yeah, we've
So
talked.
YouTube
I think
doesn't-
there's been an announcement at this point on one of the episodes, right?
Well, if
We're
we
about to
have
record it,
one,
and it's about to go on the episode that came out a couple weeks
then
ago.
who the
Yeah, it's
heck
been here
is
for
this
years.
for?
So this is from a person, a big fan of our podcast that comments on a lot of our stuff. We see you. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
This is from @ElfSatyr. And they left a very wonderful comment and added a question of which One Piece characters look the most like stand users.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
remember.
And I thought that was a really
That's
interesting question, and I
cool.
want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I have a first answer. My number one, Peronia.
Oh, Perona.
Perona is 100% a stand
yes,
user.
Did we know already that she was with Zoro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Just
got
making
that
sure.
was in with it.
For sure. Yeah, Zoro's her stand.
I'd
She
say,
also just like has she has
has
Yeah,
guns.
she does.
She
She
has
does.
stands.
Yeah.
I think Frankie.
Okay.
Frankie
Yeah,
quite looks
okay.
like
I
looks
could
like
see
it.
that.
Deep cut a little bit, but Inazuma, Ivankov's
Oh,
friend
yeah.
with the scissors.
Oh, with the
no,
scissor
that
hands?
is what I
Fuck yeah.
So
that,
looks like a
that was
stand
my
user.
first thought when I saw them. Like literally,
Uh-huh.
yeah, for sure.
Basil Hawkins, the magician person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I get a very
Right.
like.
I'm trying to remember who that is.
Right.
Oh,
they have
yes.
like the 3 marks above and below their
Yeah.
eyes.
Totally see
For
that.
sure.
Totally see that.
Definitely, absolutely Moria in the worst way.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
In like
Yeah.
the pulpo
In
way.
the yes, in the pulpit. Yes, absolutely in the pulpit.
I'll be honest. I hate to say it, but when Gecko Moria is like, when he's among the other warlords, his insane appearance actually complements that group.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain it. Him on his own sucks. Awful. But like he does add a level of chaos.
The 6 of them together, I think a lot of them, because they all have such different like shapes to them. Doflamingo, he's got like the big fuzz, but he's also like kind of hunched forward.
Yeah.
And like Boa Hancock is very straightforward, but also like much like thinner, skinnier.
Yeah.
Mihawk with his tits out.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Doflamingo is also very stand user
Oh,
coded.
absolutely.
Very stand user.
Absolutely.
100%.
Also, deep cut. Another one. Pinwheel hat guy.
Genzo?
Ginzo
You think
with
he
like the
looks like a
scars on
stand
his
user?
face.
Okay.
I could see him fitting
That's funny.
into it. Just
What would his stand
it's
be?
just with the little pinwheel
Yeah.
hat. I think is something I'd see a Rocky.
Yeah.
Kind of in the worst way, Mr. 3 with his hair.
I can see that.
Regularly.
I could see
I
that.
feel like most of the Baroque work, maybe not most. Of the
I was gonna
Baroque
say
works.
Croc himself.
Yeah, I was gonna
Definitely.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. 3 also looks like a bored ape, I realized.
Yes.
And that really Mr. 3 kind of was really awesome in this arc.
Yeah,
Sure was.
He saved it a day.
I still hate looking at him though.
Yeah.
He was very annoying.
Galdino.
Oh yeah, 'cause Luffy using the hockey to like stop the execution too. Great moment.
That was fucking
great
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only admiral that I would believe is a stand user is
Kizaru.
Kizaru, right? Yeah.
Kizaru, yeah.
Yes.
Just because of his silly face.
Lafitte.
Yeah.
Who?
Blackbeard's little friend with the umbrella.
Right.
And the one on the horse too. I think would.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Buggy surprise is like the one where you're like he's. Oh, it's a crowd of people. I wonder who the stand user could be. Everyone thinks it's Buggy, and it's not actually Buggy.
Yeah. I think there's like I feel like I'm missing some.
Oh yeah, we're probably not
Obvious.
thinking
Oh,
of
yeah.
a lot of
Of,
people.
Surely.
Like
I think Kid, I could see
Oh,
being
yeah,
a
he's
stand
just-
user.
yeah.
yes, absolutely. And like Killer's his stand. Like,
Hell
Right?
yes.
Killer looks like a stand.
yeah. Well,
Josh, sorry, I just thought of this. We were talking about Buggy. Would you ever do a group cosplay with me where I'm Buggy and you're this guy?
No. I don't like the way that guy
For
looks.
everybody at home,
That guy
I
looks like
looked
a
up
stand
Moji, who is Buggy's friend. He has
Yeah.
like the lion motifs on him. I
Yeah.
think he'll be awesome.
Glow up Helmeppo too is very.
Glow
Yes.
up.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
with
visor
with the
thing.
visor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the visor. for
Yes,
sure.
sir.
Yeah. Oh, the snake from Skypia is a stand user.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
Chopper.
Because animals can have. Yeah.
True.
Chopper, when he's a reindeer specifically, when we first meet him and has the hat, that's actually he looks like a JoJo animal.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just Google One Piece characters real quick to see their outfits.
Wait, guys, don't. That's a good question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Elf Sater. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for
Yeah, Elf
listening to the
Sater,
podcast. You're amazing and
You're
awesome.
amazing. Your feedback on our comments is the best, and we love reading it every time. As well as the other few
comments.
people that
All you other guys.
there's
that we
a
get.
few other people who comment pretty consistently, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Feel free to. I know we've probably talked about a little bit of the how we're submitting questions, but also if you leave stuff in the YouTube comments, I'm usually perusing those, looking for stuff too. So
Yeah, unless we get famous times a billion.
which we're actually gonna have it because we're gonna have the Mick Royce on the next podcast.
Yeah.
But you can also hit us up on our email and our Twitter, as we've said.
Yes.
Yay.
I think it's time to get into homework, buddy.
Let's
Ooh,
get
a
into
big
some
homework, too.
goddamn homework.
I do hope this is, in spite of like our new goal with homework, I do hope that this one is big.
It's moderate size. It's of a moderate size.
6 volumes. It's been 3 weeks since we've gotten new One Piece homework, and I am so antsy for it.
We are so proud of you for staying strong.
Thank you.
Yes.
I really had to do a lot of work. I think you guys should give me money for it.
Josh actually did offer you money to said to quit your job and do this podcast full time.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, if he has the money, I'll do it.
Money.
We are going to be reading.
Thank you, Mr. Krabs.
Similar to, we had Ennie's Lobby, of course.
Yeah.
And then we had, Ennie's Lobby was so crazy, we needed post Ennie's Lobby.
Yeah.
We just had something pretty damn crazy happen. Now we're going to read the post-war arc.
Okay.
This is going to be 581 to 584. That's a joke.
I
Oh my
really.
god! Oh my god!
I almost had a
oh my
conniption.
god!
We are going to be reading 581 to 597, 17 chapters.
Okay, that's all right. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Slay. Cool.
Before we get into JoJo homework, I just want. It's been a few weeks since you watched and kind of immediately talked about the end of Golden Wind. I kind of wanted to check in, see how you're feeling about it, as well as all of us how we're feeling about it, but mainly you, Clayton.
I'm feeling good. I think the ending for me is the only part that does not sit as well as the rest, I think. But I still really love I part 5 absolutely still, I think, my favorite part.
Yeah.
Part 3's up there.
Yeah.
But the characters amazing. Everything works so well.
Are you missing them at all?
I do. And I'm never gonna see them again.
Is Mista still your favorite?
I think so. Narancha's really up there.
Yeah.
You think about how much you miss them, times 20 million for some of us sitting here with you.
Wow.
It's been so long. We don't worry though. Some of them you might see again in a little light novel that we're gonna read soon.
That's why I cosplay part 5 so much, is so I can look in the mirror and
Yeah.
see them
See your
again.
friend.
Yeah.
God, I miss Bruno so much. Can you believe Giorno only knew Bruno, Abacchio, and Narancha for a week
That is crazy.
Yeah.
his entire life? Yeah, and Fugo.
Yeah, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Dedicate?
About
Right. Which one of them are going to be in? Are we ready to make my locks for who's going to be in part 6?
Right.
Part 6
Yeah,
cameos.
let's
Go for it.
see it. Let's hear it.
I don't think Whole Horse is.
I'm so surprised.
Jotaro is going to.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
I don't think Polnareff. But I just want to know. Like, I really want a scene of Jotaro and Polnareff hanging out in the turtle.
Yeah.
Desperately, I want that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see what if Trish was in the prison?
Oh.
What did she
Trish
do?
was in jail.
What do you think she did?
Slayed. Slayed 3 people.
That was such a contained laugh reaction to like what did she joke?
Yeah.
Clayton has a laughter sign that he turns on every time he wants us to laugh.
I don't know who I feel like I can't imagine too many people we know being in this. I could see some part 4 people being in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Koichi again.
Maybe Koichi again. He's sniffing around the prison.
Well, we did get a Rohan name drop in part 5.
We did?
We did?
Yeah, in the very beginning when Koichi's like,
Oh,
Rohan
yeah.
wrote.
I thought you meant somebody was like, this comic book from my favorite artist.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now he's gonna be like, Rohan wrote that I could speak Floridian.
I did. I actually fully forgot that Rohan existed, and I could definitely see him being in part 6. Him going to like a prison and being like, "Tell me about the pain you're experiencing."
Right. Yeah. Or he's just in the prison as a prisoner.
Yeah.
I think he would be.
Ate too many spiders and they finally got sick of it.
Is it so? Is it a only women's prison, or is it
It's got a men's section and a women's section.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this actually changes everything. We're definitely going to get
Oh.
some older people that are locked the fuck up.
Okay.
In Florida.
in
Really?
Flo-
In Florida?
Yeah.
Whole horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who would make sense to be here. Like if it was a part 3 person, they're so old at this point. That's
Yeah.
not
And
necessarily
dead.
true. Most of them are dead.
They're so old and dead and gone. You think Joseph's ever going to come back?
No.
It's Iggy.
Iggy, he's
Who is definitely
back,
still
baby.
alive.
Yeah, Iggy's so
Man, I really don't know. This is disappointing. Okuyasu locked up in
Oh
Florida.
my God.
How did
He's
he
a
get-
little delinquent.
He
How did
would
he
go
get
to
all the
Florida
way
to do
over
that.
there? How did he get
Plane.
You know what? I think the only reason he hasn't accidentally like ended up arrested is because everyone in Morio knows him and they know that he's nice. If he went to Florida, they would
you-
lock him
He
up.
wouldn't survive. He wouldn't
No.
I think he would
Okay.
fit right in.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you think anyone from part 5 is going to show up?
I could see Trish showing up. I would be like, I could see Mista being in. Like again, this all means anybody that is here, they have to be in fucking Florida.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
Well,
could
yeah.
see
As far as you know.
Giorno being involved in some way, but I would be shocked if he was like helping them out.
Yeah, he's so overpowered. He's the most powerful character.
He is like
ever.
a god at this point.
He often gets like he's often the JoJo pick for who goes up against like the goated OP characters in like power scaling debates.
Uh-huh.
Like it's like go Giorno or Goku. Like I hear that bullshit a lot. And the answer is fuck you. The answer is please
The answer is your mom.
get a
Yeah.
is your mama. Yeah. Well, any other predictions for part 6? Because you're about to start
God.
Stone Ocean.
Well, because we aren't watching it tonight, are
No,
we?
we're not.
God,
We
damn
could.
it.
We could start. I could say this.
But it's gonna be so long before we record.
We could start part of the homework tonight if we wanted to.
Anyway, let's
Yeah.
say what the homework is first.
Yeah, Josh.
You are gonna watch the first 5 episodes
Okay.
of Stone Ocean, which I think makes this the biggest premiere for you for a JoJo part.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be really interesting parsing out this story into sections because it is a story that moves very.
Yeah.
It just flows very much from one piece into the next piece.
Fuck you, Netflix.
Fuck you, Netflix.
Fuck you, Netflix.
Fuck you, Netflix.
Fuck you,
'Cause you
Netflix.
What?
Netflix split up this part into 3 batches,
Oh,
and batch
that's
1 and
right.
2 were 9 months apart.
Uh-huh.
And it
It's
was
like-
not
it's
the
like
kind
what-
of story that you should do that with.
It's basically what happened with Invincible.
Yeah.
I mean, to
Which
be fair,
pisses me off.
To be fair, like Stone Ocean does fit nicely into 3 acts.
Yeah,
But if it had been, it was 9 months.
Yeah.
And these are not like that was just way too much. A few months would have been fine, but 9 that was crazy.
I'm kind of spoiled.
Uh-huh.
You are so spoiled.
yeah.
I
still haven't even seen the anime. This
I
is my
know.
first time
So
watching it.
we are gonna be watching the first 5 episodes. Are you excited, Hayden?
I'm honestly I'm very excited. Part 6 was I don't know if I've talked about this before on the podcast, but part 6 when I had first started reading JoJo or watching JoJo, my only really fandom space was like the subreddit, and at that point everybody talked about how awful part 6 was because they hate women. They didn't say that, but that's kind of what it boiled down. And I read part 6 and I was
It'd
like,
be
this
crazy
is
if they said
fucking-
that.
This is fucking awesome. And I'm really excited. I like the manga a lot, but I do not think it was like the first manga I read, so I didn't read it well, and I'm very excited to see it animated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Adriana, this will be your second time. This will be your second time kind of visiting this.
Yeah.
Oh, you've only seen it through the once?
Oh wait, no, you read the last 2/3 with me, and then
I thought you meant watching it.
yeah,
I've only watched
this
it
will
once.
be your second time watching
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Whatever. I love
yeah,
it.
I am.
I deeply love this part, and I think you are going to enjoy this part a lot. It is it was for a while. It is the most underrated part by far.
Oh, yeah.
because of misogyny mainly.
Yep.
I'm excited for these stringy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, is
With
there
that-
anything else we
anything
want to
else?
talk about?
I don't think so. So
Okay.
So
with
we,
that,
with that, we love.
we love you.
Good
Good
night.
night.